Hi. So today we are going to be looking at the book Crown, an Ode to the Fresh Cut by Derek Barnes. We're going to be looking at it with the axis lenses that are presented in this module. And this story pretty much is a poem that describes the experience of an African American boy getting a haircut at a barbershop. Um, and let's see what this image, what this illustration sets the mood for. So, starting with the facial expressions of the child, um, and the facial expression of the barber. And then the customer back here does not seem to have a facial expression. Maybe he's looking down, just being patient, waiting. But talking about the facial expression of the child here, our main character, Caesar, um, he seems to be very curious about the pattern on the floor, or he's looking at maybe the chair. Um, his hands are open, so he seems to me like he's very vulnerable and he's maybe a little bit shy. But he's heading towards that chair, so that means that he's gonna get a haircut. He's excited maybe in the inside, but his facial expressions show that he's curious about this experience. Now, looking into the facial expression of the barber, I can't really see his eyes because he has a cap on, but I do see that he's getting ready. His body language shows me that he's getting ready to put the robe on Caesar for his haircut. So his arms are open, but they're holding something. So it seems to me that he might be very welcoming, that he's welcoming Caesar for the haircut, and that he's ready to give him the service. And then going into the colors of the illustration, I see a lot of dark, a lot of dual type of shades. But the only light that I see coming here is coming from their shirts. Caesar shirts, the shirt, and then the shirt that the barber is wearing, and then the pattern that's on the floor. The rest seems to be a little bit dull, and it seems to me like it's some sort of like an oil painting kind of. There's not really any type of harsh lines or very defined objects here on the back. It seems like it was painted by hand. Um, and the colors seem a little bit grown up. They don't seem very vivid and bright, which is something that we might find in a fiction book that's for kids. But in this book, we don't have that. We have a very serious um, color, like the tone of the color. For the distance, both of them are pretty far apart, and then the client on the back is also far apart. They're far away from each other, and we have the chair here in the middle that's kind of serving as a barrier between Caesar and the barber. Um, but maybe this chair, it's what is going to connect them. Once he sits down, he's going to have that experience. But they're pretty far apart. So it seems to me like they're not relatives, they're not close. It's a client experience, right? He's just there for a haircut and that's it. But maybe something might come up as he gets the haircut. Sounds, words, and silence. I don't think a barbershop is silent at all. I think it's very noisy, and a lot of people go to a barbershop to get that experience of that conversation and interaction with others. So even though there's not a lot of noise, doesn't seem to be a lot of noise, I'm pretty sure that this barbershop is pretty busy. It seems like it's busy. Um, and by the description here, it seems to me like the barbers know what they're doing because it says here, he'll drape you like royalty with that cape to keep the fine hairs off your neck and your princely robes. It's amazing what a tight fade, high, low, bald does for your confidence, Dark Caesar. So all these terms here seem to me like they tell me that the barbers here that are working in the barbershop are very knowledgeable of the trends when it comes to haircuts. Um, big things and small things. So over here on this section of the illustration, everything seems a little bit smaller, but as we get closer towards the front, everything gets bigger. So the biggest object here, or the object is the barber here, the grown man that's over here on the front, on the right hand side. Symbols and metaphors. We do have a lot of metaphors. Over here we have, you came in as a lump of clay, a blank canvas, a slab of marble. But when my man is done with you, they'll want to post you up in a museum. That's my word. So it's pretty much saying that, Caesar is coming in as like a lump of clay, a black canvas, and a slab of marble. So when he comes out of here, he's gonna be like he's gonna be royalty. He's gonna be worthy of being in a museum. Okay, so you came in pretty basic, pretty simple, and then you leave and you're a brand new man. And that is all I have for my video. I hope you liked it.